Think you're stretching your hamstrings the right way? Think again, because most people are actually tightening them instead of loosening them. Sounds crazy, right? You lean forward, grab your toes, and feel that deep pull down the back of your legs. It hurts, so it must be working. But here's the shocking truth: that pain you feel, it's your body's way of begging you to stop. See, the classic hamstring stretch, the one we've all done since gym class, often does more harm than good. Most people round their backs, lock their knees, and yank their muscles like they're trying to pull taffy. And then they wonder why their flexibility never improves, or why their lower back feels sore after stretching. Let me ask you something. When you stretch your hamstrings, do you ever feel it more in your lower back than in the back of your thighs? If yes, that's your first red flag. You're not stretching your hamstrings at all. You're stretching your spine, and your spine is not the target. Here's the deal. The right hamstring stretch isn't about how far you reach. It's about how you position your body. And I'll show you exactly how to do it safely and effectively in just a moment. But first, we need to fix the mistakes that almost everyone makes, the ones secretly holding you back from real flexibility. Mistake number 1, locking the knees. When you lock your knees, your hamstrings tense up like a coiled rope. They can't lengthen properly. You might feel a deeper stretch, but it's fake progress. Tension, not flexibility. Mistake number 2, collapsing your back. When you hunch forward, your pelvis tucks under and your lower back takes over the stretch. Imagine trying to open a drawer while it's jammed shut. That's your hamstrings when your spine is curved. And mistake number 3, chasing the floor. Too many people think the goal is to touch their toes, but flexibility isn't about reaching something. It's about feeling the right muscles work in harmony. So here's a quick test for you. Sit tall with your legs straight, feet flexed. Now, before even leaning forward, place your hands on your hips. Can you tilt your pelvis forward without rounding your spine? Most can't. And that tiny motion right there, that's where the real stretch begins. I'll walk you through the exact step-by-step form to unlock your hamstrings properly. But before we do, let's build a quick foundation. Because if you don't understand this one simple principle of body mechanics, no stretch, no matter how fancy, will ever work. Here's the golden rule you've got to remember. Your pelvis is the steering wheel of your flexibility. If it doesn't move, your hamstrings won't either. Think of your body like a door. Your legs are the hinges, and your pelvis is the door frame. When the frame doesn't tilt, the door can't swing open. So instead of forcing your torso down, we start by teaching the pelvis to move first. Sit tall with both legs extended in front of you. Keep your spine straight, chest proud, and shoulders relaxed. Now, place your hands on your hips and slowly tilt your pelvis forward. Not your back, your pelvis. You'll feel your sit bones roll backward, and the stretch gently wake up along your hamstrings. That subtle shift right there, that's the key movement most people miss entirely. Notice how you don't have to reach for your toes. You're not folding, you're hinging. There's a huge difference. Folding comes from the spine, hinging comes from the hips. If you hinge, you're stretching your hamstrings. If you fold, you're straining your back. Now, here's the first light bulb moment. Your core plays a huge role in this. A lot of people think the hamstring stretch is all about the legs, but your core is like the anchor holding your pelvis in the right position. Without that engagement, your pelvis tucks, your back rounds, and the stretch goes straight into your lower spine. So try this. Gently pull your belly button in toward your spine. Feel how it locks your pelvis in place? That's your foundation. Just like a skyscraper, if your base wobbles, everything above it collapses. Now let's test it together. Sit tall, engage your core, flex your feet toward you, and hinge at the hips. Slowly, with control. Only go as far as you can while keeping your back straight. The moment your spine starts to round, you've hit your limit. Stop there. Breathe deeply. Hold it for 20 to 30 seconds. You should feel a firm, deep stretch in the belly of your hamstrings, not behind your knees, not in your back. Here's a tip most pros use. Imagine a string attached to your chest, gently pulling you forward and up, not down. That visualization keeps your posture long and prevents you from collapsing forward. All right, you've got the foundation down. You know how to hinge from the hips and keep that powerful, tall posture. Now let's unlock the next level. The dynamic hamstring stretch. This is where you stop holding a stretch and start training your muscles to move with flexibility. Think of static stretching, sitting still and holding one position. As the warm-up act, it helps your muscles wake up, but it doesn't teach them to perform. Dynamic stretching, on the other hand, builds real control. It's like upgrading from just owning a car to actually driving it. Here's how it works. Start by sitting tall again with one leg extended straight and the other foot bent in, resting against your inner thigh. A classic single leg stretch position. Now, instead of diving forward, keep that same hip hinge movement we practiced. Slowly tilt forward, pause when you feel the first deep stretch, then rise back up. That's 1 rep. As you move through each repetition, think about leading with your chest, not your forehead. Keep your spine long, shoulders down, and core slightly engaged. You're teaching your hamstrings to lengthen while maintaining control. Do 10 smooth reps per leg, moving slowly, like waves. Forward, stretch, back, release. Here's a pro tip. Exhale as you hinge forward. The breath signals your nervous system to relax, allowing the muscle to release deeper each time. It's not just a stretch, it's a conversation between your brain and your body. Now, let's make it even more powerful. After your 10th rep, stay in that forward hinge position. Back straight, spine long, and gently flex your ankle, pulling your toes toward you. Feel that? That electric line running from your heel all the way to your hip? That's the full hamstring activation. You're stretching not just the muscle, but the entire posterior chain, the system that supports your posture, your stride, your stability. And here's where the science gets cool. The hamstring isn't just one muscle, it's a trio working together. The biceps femoris, semitendinosus, and semimembranosus. When you flex your foot, you light up all 3, evenly and effectively. Most people never engage all of them, which is why their flexibility hits a plateau. Ask yourself this, when you bend forward, does one side always feel tighter than the other? That's not random. It's your body hinting at imbalance. The dynamic stretch helps correct that by training each side independently. So here's your challenge right now. Pause the video, try those 10 dynamic reps per leg, and pay attention. Does the second leg feel smoother than the first? That's progress happening in real time. Good. Now let's get off the mat and bring that flexibility into real life. Because what's the point of flexible hamstrings if you can't use them while standing, walking, or training? This next move connects everything you've learned, posture, hinge, breath, and turns it into a standing hamstring stretch that actually translates to movement. Start by standing tall, feet about hip width apart. Soften your knees just a little, not bent, not locked. Think of them as alive, ready to move. Now, shift your weight onto your right heel and place your left foot a few steps in front of you. Toes flexed toward the sky, heel resting on the ground. You're already halfway there. Here's where the magic happens. Hinge at your hips, not your waist. Place your hands on your hips to feel the movement. Keep your spine long, chest lifted, and eyes looking forward, not down. Slowly tilt your pelvis forward until you feel that deep, rich stretch run along the back of your front leg. Pause, breathe, then rise back up, pushing gently through your heel. That's 1 controlled rep. Now here's a common trap. A lot of people think the deeper I go, the better. Nope. When you dive forward and your spine starts to round, you're switching off the hamstrings and dumping the stress into your back. Remember, depth means nothing without alignment. It's like driving fast with a flat tire. Sure, you're moving, but you're damaging the structure. So keep this in mind. Every inch of movement should come from your hips, not your spine. Imagine there's a laser beam coming out of your chest, shooting straight forward. If that beam points down toward the floor, you're folding. If it stays straight ahead, you're hinging. And that's where true flexibility grows. Here's a little coaching cue that helps almost everyone instantly improve form. Tailbone back, chest forward. The moment you think that way, your whole posture changes. Your spine aligns, your hamstrings lengthen properly, and suddenly, the stretch feels clean, deep, and effortless. Do 10 slow, mindful reps on each side. Focus on the feeling, not the form in the mirror. If one side feels tighter, great. That's your body telling you where to give more love. Now, let's make it even more functional. After your 10th rep, hold the forward position for 10 seconds, and then gently press your heel into the floor, as if trying to drag it back without actually moving it. You'll feel your hamstring contract. Hold for 5 seconds, then relax and hinge a bit deeper. That's called PNF stretching. a science-backed trick that can improve flexibility by up to 30% faster. It's like teaching your muscles a language: tension first, then release. When you alternate between the two, the nervous system learns that it's safe to go further. That's how athletes gain lasting mobility. Now, here's the question. When you walk, do your steps feel tight or springy? Because this standing version directly translates to that. When your hamstrings are flexible and strong, every stride feels lighter, smoother, more controlled.